Herzlich willkommen und ein fröhliches Hallo von eurem Heringway. Okay, ich war jetzt gerade ein bisschen verwirrt. Egal. So, wir spielen Virtuous Last Reward weiter. Achten wir nicht weiter darauf, wenn der Let's Player ein bisschen verwirrt ist. Ist ja sowieso nichts Neues. Wir spielen Virtuous Last Reward also weiter. Und beim letzten Mal haben wir dieses Game Over hier erreicht und wir haben gar Seltsames über Sigma erfahren. Vor allem war das allerdings schon an der Stelle, kurz bevor der Vote losging beim AB-Game. Wir haben nämlich festgestellt, dass Sigma weißes Blut hat und kein rotes Blut. Vielleicht hat er auch einfach nur überproportional viele weiße Blutkörperchen in seinem Blut. Vielleicht ja, vielleicht nein. Ich weiß es nicht. Na gut, ich würde sagen, wir gehen dann einfach mal an die Stelle wieder zurück und entscheiden uns dann diesmal einfach mal für Ally und gucken, wo uns die ganze Geschichte dann tatsächlich als nächstes hinführen wird. So, bla bla bla, skippen und so weiter und so fort. Oh, Luna wird gleich etwas bemerken. Oh, Sigma, warum hast du denn da so komische weiße Flüssigkeit in deiner Hand? Das ist ja voll ekelhaft und so. Wasch dir doch mal die Hände. Ja, wäre irgendwie besser, aber nein, ist schon in Ordnung. Luna, guck nicht so, mach mich nicht fertig. Ja, ich bin verwirrt und überhaupt und sowieso. Meine Hand rutscht gleich wieder aus. Nein. Doch, nein. Nein. Wir machen weiter. Bitte. Mit Ally. Vote has been recorded.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Wundervoll. So. Dann mal gucken. Sollte jetzt alles super schnuffig sein. Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. I could see the others filing out of their rooms as we did.
So you chose Ally after all?
Yeah. To be honest, the AB game was the last thing on my mind. As chaotic as my thoughts were, they all centered on one thing. The mysterious white liquid.
Do you want to go see the results?
Sure. Luna nodded and walked off toward the projection, but I couldn't move. I glanced around to make sure no one was watching and opened my hand. The liquid didn't seem to have clotted or run out, since it was still oozing thickly out of the slit in my hand. What in the hell is this? It couldn't be blood. Could it? No. That was impossible. No matter how many white blood cells clumped together, you'd never get anything that looked like that. And I'd never seen my blood do this before. In 22 years of life, I'd seen my body bleed many times. Scraped knees as a kid, accidental nicks with a knife as an adult. But every single time I'd bled red, like any other human being. So why was it that this time it was white? What the hell is happening to me?
Hey, Sigma, what are you doing? Get the hell over here. They're gonna show the results.
Yeah, right. On my way. I did my best to compose myself and headed over to join the others.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Als ob der Ergebnisbildschirm jetzt auf uns gewartet hätte. Was ja eigentlich nicht sein kann. Achtet ja auch sonst auf niemand. Also nach einer gewissen Zeit kommt es doch automatisch. Egal, was soll's. So, Ally. Betray, das wäre jetzt lustig gewesen. Aber okay. Nein, die perfekte Runde hatten wir bisher noch nie.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Wenn man sich das mal so anguckt, in der nächsten Runde könnten Kay, Quark, Phi, Dio, Sigma, Luna und Clover fliehen. Die einzigen, die weiterhin hinten dran hängen, sind Tamiyuchi und Alice. Tja, erstaunlich.
This is incredible. Look, everyone voted ally. You did just like you promised, Kay.
How could I choose betray after what Phi said to me?
Tenmyoji and Dio voted ally too.
Of course. If we hadn't, Alice would have died.
Yeah, well, that's about it, I guess.
We should thank the both of you as well. I'm happy to see you also chose ally.
Oh, I didn't have anything to do with it. That was all Sigma.
Then thank you very much, Sigma. Sigma? Sigma, are you all right?
Come on, what's wrong? Just say something.
Huh? Oh, yeah, looks like we all allied. That's great.
Sigma, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, you've been acting a little out of it ever since we came out of the AB rooms. What happened? You make it past at Luna and get shot down?
No, nothing like that.
Hey man, it was a joke. You remember what that is? A joke? You're in pretty bad shape, huh?
Before Dio could continue, the heavy metal rumble of doors shutting echoed through the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the Star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
We can open the gates as many times as we want to? Then, that means...
We can play the AB game as many times as we like, right?
Hey, Zero Jr. said something about this, didn't he?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically! The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too!
Yeah, right. Sorry to be a pain, but could you all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all your colors and assignments are.
Everyone nodded and held their arms out toward him. I stared at them, terrified to follow suit, but certain that refusing would only draw more suspicion. So I held my arm out, hand tightened into a white-knuckled fist to hide the cut. When their eyes landed on my hand, my heart skipped a beat.
Huh. So Dio and Kay are a yellow pair. Luna and I are both pairs, but our colors are different.
Right. You're a cyan, and I'm magenta.
That makes Sigma the only solo, huh? A red solo. So what are the 4 we left in the infirmary?
Luna and I are pairs, so 2 of them are our partners.
That means the other 2 are solos. Although, I guess we don't know what colors they are.
They're probably green and blue.
Why's that?
Didn't you see them? There are a bunch of white doors in the Floor B warehouse. They have to be the next set of chromatic doors.
Ah, yes. Phi and I saw them as well. On our way back from the garden with the unconscious Quark. And there they were.
Ja, aber Leute, wäre es nicht generell am einfachsten, wenn wir jetzt einfach ins Infirmary zurückgehen und den Leuten
Each one had a box just like the doors on floor A.
guten Tag sagen, beziehungsweise sie darüber aufklären, wie das Ganze ausgegangen ist. So teilweise können es sich Phi und Clover dann ja sowieso denken, weil die werden wahrscheinlich vermutlich nach der Durchsage auch auf ihre Armbänder geguckt haben, um zu schauen, wie sich ihr Punktestand verändert hat. Aber nun gut.
Given that, I don't see how there can be any question. Those white doors are our next set of chromatic doors.
I think that our bracelet combinations will have to add up to white in order to open the secondary doors. The pairs are cyan, magenta, and yellow. You see?
Yeah. If we need to make white, then the other three colors would have to be red, green, and blue.
Right.
Good. Now that we've got that figured out, I'm heading back to the infirmary for a bit. I want to check up on Quark and Alice.
I shall accompany you then.
Might as well go with you, I guess. No real reason to hang out here.
What will you two do?
I need to talk to Sigma about something.
About what?
Something?
Her usual pleasant expression had been replaced with something much more sullen. She must have noticed that there was something wrong with me. That was what she wanted to talk about. I was sure of it. Okay, fine. I managed to make my voice sound almost relaxed.
Whoa, hold on. A private talk? What are you guys plotting?
We're not plotting anything. I promise, it's nothing.
Fine, whatever. See if I care.
Dio tossed his head with a mixture of arrogance and faint disinterest and marched out the yellow door. Tamuchi and Kei quickly followed. In only moments, all three had disappeared. So, what was it that you wanted to talk about? I was almost certain I knew, but there was always hope. I did my best to act as if I was genuinely confused.
Oh, I don't really like this room. Could we go somewhere else?
Okay.
Good. I found somewhere nice when I was looking for Alice earlier.
As strange as her request was, I had no reason to object. I kept my mouth shut and followed Luna as she headed off. Gehen wir wieder in den Garten? Ja, natürlich. The garden.
You know this place?
Yes, well, sort of. I came here once when I was looking for Alice.
Oh, I see.
Was so eigentlich nicht hundertprozentig richtig ist, weil in der Route ja eigentlich nicht, sondern das war in einer anderen, naja, also irgendwie schon in der Route, aber halt, naja. Ist egal, er hat sich ja dran erinnert. So, what brings you here?
Isn't this nice? This is the only place in the whole facility with anything green. I feel kind of silly saying it, but it makes me think of the great outdoors. I think it's the perfect place for a serious conversation. Being surrounded by nature makes me feel happy. Oh, there's a bench over there. Would you like to sit down with me?
Okay. She sat down softly and gently, and I lowered myself down next to her. So, what did you want to talk to me about? Instead of answering, Luna lifted the tiny birdcage pendant she wore into the palm of her hand. She was silent for a moment, and then began to talk.
Can I tell you something? This is actually a music box.
Really?
Yes.
She twisted the key on the bottom, and it made an almost imperceptible winding noise. When she released it, soft, clear notes drifted out. It's a nice song. Why'd you bring that up, though?
Because I wanted you to know, I guess. I wanted you to know more about me. Maybe it's because I'm so shy, but I don't really have any friends. Or even any acquaintances, really. So I've sort of always been alone. It was really hard. I felt so lonely a lot of the time. And it hurt. It felt like I was just kind of going to collapse from the inside out. That was when I got this music box. Someone very important gave it to me. They didn't say anything, but I felt like there was an unspoken message behind it. Luna, happiness is closer than you think. Do you know Maeterlinck's The Bluebird?
Yeah. Well, I know the gist of it. I think it starts on Christmas Eve. This brother and sister named Teil and Mitte get asked to find a blue bird by this old woman, and they travel to the dream world. Or something. Anyway, supposedly if you can catch this bird, then you can make a wish come true. So they visit all these different places, but they can't find it. Eventually they give up and go home, but when they wake up, the bird is in a birdcage in their hut.
That's right. It's a well-known story, and it teaches a simple lesson.
Yeah, like you said, happiness is closer than you think.
Right. It got me thinking. Maybe the person who gave me this music box was trying to tell me just that. I don't know if that's true. Maybe all of this is just in my head, but I really felt like that was what they'd meant. It was so kind. I kept it with me all the time, like a kind of good luck charm. But one day I realized something. There was another meaning to the bluebird. In Maeterlinck's original story, it doesn't end with them waking up.
There's more?
Yes. When Teil and Mitte try to feed the bird, it leaves the cage and flies away. And then the story ends.
Whoa. What about the moral then?
It changes. Now the message is that just when you think you found happiness, you'll lose it again. I thought about that for a while, but in the end, it didn't change how I felt. I don't know what they intended it to mean when they gave it to me, but I decided how I was going to look at it. It means that happiness is something you should always be looking for, and it's only when you're pursuing happiness that you're truly happy. You know, Sigma, I think you might be Teil.
What?
You know, the boy who the old lady asked to find the bluebird on Christmas Eve.
What are you trying to say?
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Where did you find Alice?
What does it have to do with anything?
Just answer me. Where did you find Alice?
Room 2 in the crew quarters.
Where were you before that?
I was in the lounge. That was after we'd split up to go look for Alice. The first place I went was the lounge.
So you went from the lounge to the crew quarters, where you found Alice. And then you rushed her to the infirmary, right?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me this then. How do you know about the garden? Just now you said you'd come here when you were looking for Alice. Didn't you?
Sie weiß auch irgendwas. Aber okay.
That doesn't make any sense. There wouldn't have been any time for you to visit the garden while you were looking for Alice. So tell me, Sigma, how do you know about this place?
Well, I didn't know what to say. I couldn't even explain it to myself. Why had I told her I knew about the garden? Why had I told her I'd been there before?
Sigma, are you a robot? Have you always been here?
What?
See, it would make so much sense if you were. That would explain why you knew about the garden, and it would explain that cut on your left hand.
Damn. So, you did see it, huh?
Yes. I've been told that robots these days have what's called artificial biological tissue, or ABT, on top of a metal skeleton. It makes them look almost exactly like a human. And ABT uses this white liquid instead of blood.
For some reason, when Luna had called me a robot, it hadn't really fazed me. Maybe because it was just so out there. It didn't sound like a real possibility. It sounded more like a theory you'd get from someone in a nut house. Still... my hand was still oozing white liquid. Was I really a robot? No. That was impossible. I needed to stop doing that. Questioning myself so much was giving me heart palpitations. Luna, aren't you a little scared?
Scared? Why would I be scared?
Well, let's say I'm a robot. That means there's a pretty good chance Zero's pulling my strings. That would make me your enemy.
Oh, I guess so. Well, even if you were, I wouldn't be scared.
Why not?
Maybe because you're a robot.
Huh?
Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics? They were a set of rules created by the science fiction author Isaac Asimov that he used in several of his stories.
Rule 1. A robot may not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. Rule 2. A robot must obey any orders given to it by human beings, except when such orders would conflict with the first law. Rule 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second laws. Oh yeah, I've heard those before. That's just an ideal though. You could work toward that, but I don't think you could ever actually achieve it. I mean, depending on how you program them, robots could do pretty much whatever they wanted to.
Yes, you're right. But I believe in them. In you. However you're programmed, I don't think you'd break any of the 3 laws. A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic. That's not you. You have a heart. You're a good person. It's in your eyes. Well, I guess I'm just kind of assuming you're a robot. There's still a chance you're not. We should run some tests.
Tests? Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
How?
Well, the atom should be able to tell us.
Oh yeah, that thing in the infirmary. I heard the crunch of dried leaves behind us. But when I turned, there was nothing. Who is it?
Is someone there?
Just me.
Fry hat uns belauscht? Fry?
Sorry, but can you guys come over here? I need you to see something.
Luna and I looked at one another, shrugged, and stepped into the bushes.
Welcome.
What? How long have you been here?
I just got here a little while ago.
Did you hear what we were saying?
No. Were you talking about something you didn't want me to know about? Whatever. Just have a look at this.
I followed the line of her finger. Die dritte Bombe. So, damit haben wir jetzt eine Bombe in den Crew Quarters, eine Bombe im Labor und eine Bombe im Garten. Shit! This is...
An antimatter bomb.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure someone didn't move it here from the crew quarters. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's an entirely different bomb. Look at the number on the side.
It says 1.
And the one in the crew quarters said 3, right? Then that must mean...
Shit. Then there's no question, huh?
I've got more good news. Just think about the numbers for a moment.
You're saying there's a 2 bomb out there somewhere?
Can't be sure, but it does seem pretty likely.
Damn it. That means we're dealing with a combined explosive power equal to 3 tons of TNT.
Yeah.
Who planted them?
Was it you guys? I mean, you've been in here quite a while.
Hey, don't give me that. You're way more suspicious than we are. What were you doing in the bushes, anyway?
Well, I was taking a walk.
Taking a walk? You really think I'm gonna buy that?
Fine. You got me. I heard you two were off talking in secret. So I got curious and went back to the Floor A warehouse. Of course you weren't there. That seemed pretty suspicious to me, so I headed here. And just as I'd suspected, there you were talking on the bench. I snuck up from behind so you wouldn't notice me. Then, just as I was getting close enough to hear, I found the bomb. So, believe me now?
So, who planted the bomb?
Honestly, it could have been any one of us. Anybody could have come here while we were all looking for Alice.
We need to tell everyone about this then.
Yeah, you're right. Let's head back to the infirmary. Naja, wir wissen ja schon, wer die Bombe da eigentlich hingelegt hat, ne? Aber gut. Gut zu wissen, dass wir sie jetzt haben. Everyone else was already there when we arrived. Clover and Tamiuchi. Kay and Dio. And of course, Alice and Quark. Both seemed to be sleeping peacefully. You'd never think to look at them that they'd been completely insane not so long ago. Alright everybody, listen up. I told them how we'd found the number 1 bomb in the garden. And how, judging by the numbering on the 2 bombs we'd found so far, there was probably a number 2 bomb out there somewhere too.
Oh, this is bad. What are we going to do?
Well, I think Alice mentioned something.
There should be an emergency deactivation password. If you enter that password, the device should, well, deactivate. You see it right here. There's a port. If we can find the password input device, we just connect it here. Then we can enter the password.
So if we have the password, we can deactivate them?
Oh, whoa, hold on a second. That's great and all, but we need that password input device she was talking about. Without that, we're still boned even if we did have the password.
Yeah. That's why I want all of you to let me search you.
I beg your pardon?
You heard me. Chances are whoever planted those bombs is in this room. There's also a good chance they've also got the device we need to deactivate the bombs.
So you're planning to search us for it?
Exactly.
But...
No buts. If you refuse, then I'll assume it's because you've got it and you planted the bombs. Unless you want that, I suggest you cooperate.
Okay, sehe ich genauso wie Fei. Wir sollten uns alle ausziehen. Clover fängt an. Danach kann Dio drankommen. Aber erst Clover. Na gut, okay, lassen wir das.
Clear. Good. Now who's going to be first?
Ja, habe ich ja schon gesagt. Wait.
Huh?
You only need to search one person.
What? Why?
Because I figured out who did it. I know who did it. The words were out of my mouth before I'd even realized I was saying them.
How can you... There's no way.
Yeah. I met Fi's gaze and nodded, then turned away. I know who set the bombs. That person... That person is you. Immer wenn ich den erhobenen Zeigefinger sehe, dann muss ich irgendwie an Phoenix Wright denken. Ich weiß nicht genau warum. Oder ich weiß natürlich genau warum, aber egal. So, wir kommen jetzt an der Stelle hier übrigens nur weiter, weil wir schon das Ende von Alice erspielt haben. Ansonsten wäre jetzt hier wieder ein Schnitt gewesen. Dio.
Come on, what is this? Are you high?
Well, we're about to find out. Sorry, Kay, but could you hold him down?
Well...
It's on him, I promise.
Knock it off, Sigma. You're doing this all backwards.
So? This isn't a Kurt. Besides, all we want is to know who set the bombs.
Ugh.
And why are you getting so worked up anyway? If you're innocent, then a search will show that, and I look like an idiot.
Nice try, but that's some bullshit totalitarian logic. I don't think so. What are you even basing this on? How do you know I set the bombs?
Because...
Just spit it out.
I know about the Myrmidons.
The what?
I beg your pardon?
No. How do you know that, Sigma?
Oh, that's not all I know. I know about Free the Soul, and I know about Brother.
What the hell are you talking about?
I can tell you the details later. But there's no question that you were the one who set up the bombs.
Who the fuck do you think you are? None of that has anything to do with me. I don't know who the Myrmidons are. And I don't know what Free the Soul is, and I certainly don't know anything about some old fart called Brother.
Huh. Oh, Dio. Tell me, how does that food taste? Who the Myrmidons are? I don't recall saying the Myrmidons were people. And what about Brother? How would you know his age if I haven't said anything besides his name?
Wait, so he's left? But that means he's a terrorist.
A terrorist?
Oh dear.
Left?
Well, looks like I won't be able to talk my way out of this one. Seriously though, when did we get so famous? The Myrmidons aren't supposed to be something anybody knows about, let alone you two jokers. Okay, you got me. Yes, I'm the leader of the Myrmidons. My real name is Left. I was sent here to stop Zero Senior's AB plan. That's why I planted the bombs. If it looked like the plan might actually succeed, I was supposed to blow this whole place sky high.
AB plan?
What's that?
Oh, well, looks like you don't know everything after all. I should have been more careful. Then again, it's not like it really matters. After all, You're gonna die here.
What?
God damn it, no. I leapt toward him.
Whoa there. Better not come any closer. You think I'm not prepared for this? Take one step and it'll be your last.
Then, that thing you're holding.
It's the detonator.
Yeah, I guess it is. Now back the fuck off!
Dio, please, calm down. If you press that button, you'll die too.
So? Believe me, there's plenty more where this came from.
What?
Now that we've cleared that up, back off! Come on, move it! Go, go, go!
We had no choice. Slowly, carefully, we backed away. All of us, except for one. Tamiyuji.
Hey, Grandpa. Your hearing gone? I said back off!
No!
You... I'm not screwing around here.
I can see that. So why don't you do it? Go ahead, press that button.
What?
Tenmyuji!
Es ist schön, dass er das einfach mal so entscheidet, ne?
Something wrong? Hurry it up. I'm not getting any younger. Oh? Do I sense hesitation? What's the matter, Dio? Scared? Well?
You son of a bitch.
So you were just bluffing?
Not bluffing, goddammit! You hear me? I'll do it!
Oh, I'm sure you will. But there's really something I should tell you. See that detonator you're holding? It's a fake.
What?
For just an instant, Dio's eyes twitched down to the device in his hand. That was all the opening Tamiyuji needed.
Yeah!
Clever! He cried out as he leapt through the air. Tamiyuji's leg shot out, knocking the detonator from Dio's hand. Shit! Not good.
What happened?
The detonator. He doesn't have it anymore.
What? What's happening?
Toll. Und so geht's wieder los.
There's a red light on it now.
Oh, you really fucked up, Tenmyuji. This is what happens when you try to show off.
What?
I'm sorry. This is my fault. I didn't have time to tell you how it worked.
What are you saying?
The detonator isn't supposed to be separated from Dio. If it is, then the timer on the bombs automatically activates.
Damn. How much do you know? Fine, whatever. Well, he's right. If that thing ever gets more than a meter away from me, it activates. When it does, it starts the timers on all the bombs. So thanks to this old fart, you get to try and defuse a bunch of activated bombs on a countdown. You can go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Once the timers have been activated, they'll go off anyway.
How long do we have? When do they explode?
You should know, Sigma. Why don't you tell her?
30 minutes.
30 minutes? That's crazy!
Yeah.
How do we stop them?
The emergency deactivation passwords.
None of us know them, though.
Right. None of us know. But there's someone who does. Isn't there?
Okay. I'll give you one, since I'm such a swell guy. The password for bomb number 2 is EQD DYR NTK.
Bomb number 2?
But we haven't found that one yet.
Oh? Oh. Well, my mistake. Must have slipped my mind. Well, there's nothing you could do anyway. You don't have the input device. Really, it'll be much easier if you all just give up.
Where's the input device?
Oh gosh, I wonder.
Where did you put the number 2 bomb?
Shoot, you know, I just can't remember.
You son of a bitch.
Anyway, I think it's time for me to be moving on.
Moving on?
To where?
What, I have to explain everything? To the next world, of course.
No. Wait. I threw myself toward Dio and wrapped my hand around his wrist, slamming it to the floor. He struggled, but I put all my weight on it and kept his arm pinned.
Shit! Let go of me, goddammit! Get off of me! Let me go!
He continued to struggle, but I wasn't going to let him go. I shifted my weight to free one of my hands and started trying to pry it open.
Hey! Hey! I'm not fucking around, alright? Let go of my goddamn arm!
By then, the others had run over and piled onto Dio along with me. Even then he refused to stop. With increasing desperation, he tried to get the hand I had grabbed to his mouth.
We don't have a choice. Luna, go get the soparil.
No! If we put him to sleep, we can't get what we need out of him.
You think I don't know that? What other choice do we have? Every minute we spend wrestling this prick is a minute we don't have to deal with those bombs. We don't have time for this.
Shit!
What are you doing, Luna? Go!
Right. Okay, I've got it. I'm ready when you are.
You can do whatever you want to me, you fucking cowards! You're still gonna die! Go ahead, tell yourselves you can fix it. Run around like idiots before you get blown to atoms. Serves you fucking right! You're gonna burn!
Oh, for God's sake! Luna, shut him up!
Right. Here goes.
Ja. Hilft dies aber nur bedingt, ne? Er ist jetzt halt bewusstlos, wir rennen wieder wie blöde hier durch die Gegend und naja. As they began to climb off of him, I finally pried Dio's hand open. There it was, just what I'd expected. A small, unassuming capsule. I didn't know what was in it exactly, but it was undoubtedly some kind of person. Of poison. Person? Poison. Yeah. I stumbled toward the sink and tossed it into the drain. How much time do we have left?
About 20 minutes or so, I think.
And how much time until the white doors open?
The same.
So, what do we do?
We put in those passwords and stop the bombs.
We searched Dio, but he doesn't have anything that might be the input device.
Well, only one thing to do then.
And that is?
We split up and find it. Unless any of you have another suggestion. A dismal silence filled the room. Even though no one spoke, I could see despair on every face.
Alright, no point sitting around. Until those things actually go off, we've still got a chance. Sigma, you come with me. We're going to have to go look at the number 3 bomb. See if the timer really has started or not.
Right.
All the rest of you, listen up. I want you to take Alice, Quark, and Dio to the Floor B warehouse.
What?
Why there?
Just listen. Worst case scenario. We'll open the white doors and go through them to wherever they go. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Understood. We will take them to the Floor B warehouse. Once we've done so, we will begin to search for the input device in the number 2 bomb.
Good. Thanks. Okay, we don't have much time left. Now get moving. Sigma, you're with me.
Phi turned without waiting and headed for the door. In diesem Durchgang hat Dio nicht mal gesagt, dass es noch eine weitere Bombe gibt. Also eine Bombe mit der Nummer 0. Before I could blink, she was gone. I gave everyone else in the infirmary a quick thumbs up and a shaky smile, then hurried after her. Tjo. Das heißt, selbst wenn sie die Bombe mit der Nummer 2 jetzt finden sollten, sie wissen nicht, dass es noch eine 4. Bombe gibt. Und selbst wenn sie jetzt alle 3 anderen Bomben deaktivieren würden, sie wüssten nicht, dass es noch eine 4. Bombe gibt und dementsprechend würde allein schon das nichts hinhauen. Aber nun gut.
The light's flashing. I guess the countdown has started. So, what are we going to do? Without a way to enter the passwords, we're screwed. Right. We'll just have to split up and look for it. I'll look around here, you go check somewhere else.
Okay.
If we get to T-minus 5 minutes, then we'll meet back in the Floor B warehouse. Got it?
I wasn't sure what to say. If we hadn't found it by then, was there really any point in meeting up again?
What's with that look? Don't worry. We'll figure it out, I promise. You know what they say. Swimsuits never quit.
What? No, that's not a thing. And it doesn't make any sense. Besides, why the hell are you cracking jokes right now?
I'm just, trying to show you that life is still worth living. After all, if you quit now, there goes any possibility of you ever seeing me in a swimsuit.
Okay! Das ist ein Argument. Oh, I see. Well, I admit I'm a bit curious.
Alright. Looks like we're on the same page. Hey, get moving. We don't have time to stand around.
Okay. Fine. Be careful, alright? I checked the time on my bracelet as I headed out of the crew quarters and into the hallway. Wenn das jetzt mal keine Motivation ist. Phi in knappen Bikini zu sehen, it wasn't good news. Damn. Only 15 minutes. I need to hurry. I broke into a run. So. Before long, I found myself in front of the infirmary. All too often, what you're looking for is right in front of you. We'd spent a lot of time in the infirmary, so it seemed kind of fitting somehow that it might have been there all along. Or maybe Dio had dropped it there recently. There was no way to know. And in any event, I had to start looking somewhere. Der Part hat schon wieder kein Ende, ich weiß. Problem ist nur, ich weiß nicht, wie lange das Ganze jetzt noch geht. Deswegen hätte ich es eigentlich schon noch ganz gerne durchgezogen. Aber irgendwie scheint ja noch viel Gesprächsstoff innerhalb der letzten 15 Minuten zu bestehen. Das ist ganz komisch. Luna. You're still here?
Yes. The others are taking the people who are asleep to the white doors. I chose to stay here. I thought you might come back.
Why?
Because the atom is here.
Ach so, da war ja noch was.
I thought you might want to use it. Isn't that why you're here?
What? I mean, yeah, I want to know what's going on with me. It's driving me nuts. Hell, I feel sick. But this isn't the time for that. Being a robot isn't going to mean a lot of if I die anyway.
Oh, why did you come here then?
Isn't that obvious? I'm trying to find that input thing, so we can turn off the bombs.
Really?
Yes. Why would I lie?
I see. I seem to have made a mistake. I knew you couldn't use the atom without me. So I stayed behind because I thought I might be able to help. I guess I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
She turned and headed toward the exit. Luna, nein. Hallo. Wenn wir sowieso schon mal hier sind. Wait. I couldn't just let her leave like that. I sighed. How long would it take?
Not more than 5 minutes or so.
Are you sure? Only 5 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do it. Analyze my body. Und schon können wir mit einem, naja, wir können mit mehr Wissen dann sterben. Was uns dann tatsächlich etwas nutzt, dann das ist ja ein gewisses Wissen, was wir dann eventuell wissentlich in andere Zeitstränge mit herübernehmen. I lay down on the table. Luna picked up the atom scanner and began to run it across me, slowly and methodically. In a few minutes, she was finished.
That's it. You can get up now.
I sat up and hopped off the table. Ah, die Anspannung. Ich weiß genau, dass einige von euch jetzt zittern. War eure Theorie richtig oder nicht? Ist Sigma ein Roboter oder eben auch nicht? Ja. The screen was already starting to show my results. So, what does it say? My eyes were glued to her face, looking for any sign of what the answer might be. She studied the readout for several long seconds before replying.
Well, it says you're not a robot.
Aha.
You're human.
I let out a breath I hadn't realized I'd been holding. My relief didn't last long.
But your body isn't entirely human.
What?
You're part machine.
Wait, what are you saying?
Look here. The structure of the bones in your arms isn't anything close to human. They're made out of a titanium alloy. On top of that skeleton is artificial biological tissue. It's also called ABT. Your arms are cybernetic.
Wir sind also ein halber Cyborg. Cool. What? What does that mean?
Cybernetic? It means a mechanical system that interfaces with a biological one. You see all these root-like things around the titanium bones? Those are artificial nerves. They're probably connected to your own nerves, which is how you can move your arms. I imagine they allow you to feel things through your arms too.
What? No, this is ridiculous. I think replacing my arms with robot ones is something I'd remember. And I know they weren't always like this. When I was a kid, I broke my arm, and they took an X-ray of it. The doctor told me I had really thick bones, and that I must have done something pretty insane to break them. When the hell did this happen? Why did somebody replace my arms? Wait. Okay, let's say you're right, and my arms are cybernetic. Wouldn't that mean I don't have to worry about the bracelet going off?
No. Unfortunately, you probably do still have to worry about that.
Why?
The cybernetic arms are made to function just like real arms, which means they interface with the rest of your body, which means that anything injected into them is spread to the rest of your body.
Deswegen sind wir in den anderen Durchgängen auch gestorben, wo das jeweils mal dann halt der Fall war. How do you know that?
I just do.
That's not an answer.
Yes, you're right. But not everything has an answer. There are some things you just can't explain.
What?
Don't you know how that feels? How did you know about the garden? How did you know that Dio planted the bombs?
That's,
I'm sorry, Sigma. I wish we could talk some more, but our time is up.
Time? I pressed the buttons on my bracelet and felt my stomach drop. One minute. We've only got a minute left?
Sigma, there's one last thing. I was given very specific instructions.
I shuddered. Not because I was scared of what was about to happen. Because I was scared of Luna. In der Tat. She was calm, unnaturally so, like a machine with a human face. We were about to die. How could she be so calm?
Please pay attention. This is very important. You must be sure to remember it.
Remember? I was about to die. How was I supposed to remember anything?
Should you encounter a two-headed lion devouring the sun, remember GTF DM L016. With this key, the first gate shall be open to you. There you go. I hope we can meet again someday. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting.
What? Before she could answer. Und? The world exploded into noise and light, and I disappeared along with it. When I came to, I was floating in a field of nothingness. Ui, 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 ui. Und damit haben wir also ein weiteres Ende erspielt von Virtue's Last Reward. So, hui, da haben wir aus diesem Durchgang gleich zwei Dinge mitgenommen. Zum anderen haben wir ein neues Passwort von Dio bekommen für eine der Bomben. Damit besitzen wir jetzt 3 Passwörter, oder? Ich glaube schon. Ich sollte mir die so langsam aber sicher mal rausschreiben, wäre irgendwie besser. Ihr habt ja gesehen, ich habe mir immer, also beziehungsweise ich hatte ja nur beim ersten Passwort von Dio mir das quasi gesehen in das Notizfenster von dem Spiel übertragen. Bei den anderen habe ich es jetzt gelassen, weil ich mir so gedacht habe, ach, du hast es doch sowieso auf Video, warum sollst du es dir noch zusätzlich aufschreiben? Ist ja prinzipiell richtig, nur sollte ich es mir jetzt bei Zeiten dann vielleicht doch tatsächlich mal herausschreiben, damit ich dann, wenn es dann tatsächlich zum Einsatz kommt, auch parat habe. Gut, werde ich dann bei Zeiten machen. So, und jetzt zum anderen, wir hatten ein sehr interessantes Gespräch. Nein, eigentlich hatten wir 2 interessante Gespräche mit Luna in diesem Durchgang. Und ja, also das war jetzt somit das erste Mal, dass wir so richtig gemerkt haben, dass mit Luna etwas nicht stimmt, dass Luna mehr weiß, als sie offenkundig normalerweise zugibt. Sie war sich jetzt in dem Moment vollkommen bewusst darüber, dass wir über die Fähigkeit verfügen, zwischen verschiedenen Zeitsträngen hin und her zu springen. Und sie hat davon gesprochen, dass es ihre Aufgabe war, uns an der Stelle noch ein besonderes Passwort mit auf den Weg zu geben. Und da ging es dann eben auch um den zweiköpfigen Löwen. Und wenn ihr euch zufälligerweise an eine Zeit lange vor diesem Part erinnert, wir hatten irgendwann mal tatsächlich die Gelegenheit, an einem Computer mit einem zweiköpfigen Löwen etwas einzugeben und wir wussten nicht Bescheid, was wir dort eingeben müssen. Und jetzt haben wir einen Teil dieses Puzzles endlich parat. Und jetzt fehlt uns noch der zweite Teil und dann können wir auch dahin wieder zurückspringen. Ja, was Luna selbst angeht, das wird natürlich an anderer Stelle noch ein bisschen näher beleuchtet, wer sie ist, warum sie das weiß, wie auch immer. Und warum wir ein halber Cyborg sind und warum wir es nicht wissen, dass wir ein halber Cyborg sind. Auch das wird noch näher erleuchtet und begründet. Und ja, da darf man schon sehr gespannt drauf sein, wie das dann tatsächlich enthüllt wird. Und das hier war nicht das Luna-Ende, sondern es war das Sigma-Ende, das wir jetzt eben tatsächlich erspielt haben. Ja. Gut. Kann man dann vielleicht einfach mal so stehen lassen. Und dann freuen wir uns darüber, dass wir wieder ein bisschen Spielfortschritt erlangt haben und schon eine halbe Ewigkeit mit diesem Spiel beschäftigt sind. Aber egal. 4 Enden dahin, noch 5 im Sinn. Und wir nähern uns mehr und mehr dem großen Finale. Ich hoffe, ihr freut euch drauf. Auch wenn jetzt mittlerweile, wenn ihr dieses Video seht, der Nachfolger Zero Time Dilemma schon längst erschienen ist und einige von euch vielleicht schon gar heftig damit beschäftigt sind. So hoffe ich doch sehr, dass ihr hier mit ein bisschen Virtuous Last Reward auch noch was anfangen könnt und euch das immer noch gerne reinzieht und so. Und ja, dass euch das immer noch viel Spaß macht, dem Ganzen hier beizuwohnen. Mir macht es jedenfalls noch extrem viel Spaß. Jo. Für den Moment soll es dann erstmal wieder gewesen sein. Mit Virtuous Last Reward. Und ja, dann sage ich jetzt an der Stelle erstmal wieder Tschö mit Ö. Und hoffentlich bis ganz, ganz bald.